Hey everybody, it's time for the latest edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. This time we talk with John Norris about what he's learned at the School of Hard Knocks and why he doesn't want to win the race to the bottom. Hey there, and welcome to another edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. This is a live edition, and I'm super excited to welcome John Norris, VP of Operations from Starline today. John, thanks so much for...
Thank you, Kirby.
Appreciate it. John got out and is going to see the people today, so I appreciate him coming and seeing us here at Hasseman Marketing. I was trying to think of different questions for you, John, and one of the ones that I was thinking about is, I think sometimes the best lessons in business are, unfortunately, from the School of Hard Knocks. What are some business lessons that you've learned the hard way?
All right. Well, so being in operations, and my background's engineering, and I have a master's in business administration. The one thing that I've always been trying to ingrain in is metrics, right? We try to run our operations on metrics. So I have a series of about 400 to 500 reports that either get scheduled to me over the course of a month, where we're tracking everything from how long it takes to enter an order to how long it takes us to put a band to one of our persona mugs. So it's just constantly been ingraining metrics, and then I finally got to the point where you're trying to run your entire set of operations by are we up on this number or not, and up or down on this number. And we were trying to solve some problems in our production, and just printing process times, and just trying to metrics the hell out of it, and just constantly beating it. And then finally I just realized this is ridiculous. I'm spending 12 hours a day running reports, creating reports of how to operate the business, when you just stop and listen to people. We have a pad printer who's been there for 25 years, and if you talk to her for about 3 minutes, you'll get more out of her on the process than it would take me 12 hours to run reports. So a lot of it is just, you have skilled people around you. And while there's a lot to be said for running your business based on some sort of business and operating metrics, just listening to the people who do it every day, it speaks just tons and tons more valuable information than what I could get out of any report. So this is something that, I've kind of had to wake up to, just because my engineering background is, the first thing, if there's ever an issue, I'll just run to our database and pull data and see what supports the argument either way. So, while that can arm you against, certain types of people, if you're trying to solve a problem, just listen to the people who do this every day, and it speaks layers.
That's a really great point. And I think sometimes we lose sight of it. I read somewhere last week, I think it was, where it's there's three kinds of lies, damn lies, and statistics, right? And you mentioned it, I can make those numbers.
I can make you a case, whether the data goes one way or the other. I could just show a graph that, I'm not going to fudge the numbers, but however you present that graph and how you spin it in a presentation, it's oh my God. I was saying, if we're 60% digital, I could have spun it the other way. I'm like, we're 40% silkscreen and pad print.
That's right.
And now it's everybody's all right, this is great. But, just however you want to present it, and, what argument you want to lay it out there. So, data can get you in trouble a lot of times, but people who do this, they live this, and they know the right way to do it, and they care about their jobs, and they want to do it the best way possible too. So just listen to people.
That's really good advice. That's really good advice. Now, one of the things I know about our industry, and I think a lot of industries, right? A lot of industries are Me Too industries. And, I think you and I have discussed this a little bit, is when there's a great idea, everybody seems to rush to kind of rip that idea off. What are some pitfalls to that mentality, and how do we fix it?
Well, I think pitfalls is it's not good as a brand image to be known as the Me Too company. For example, in the early 2000s, Starline brought out a copper finished mug, right? And that was earth shattering, and we brought it out in October of one year, and by the time we got to Orlando and Dallas at the time, wasn't even Vegas, Orlando and Dallas, there was probably 10 suppliers who also had a copper finished mug. We're talking about 4 months where they sourced and brought this in. A big sign says, "We have copper too." So, we were 4 months then. Now this is exacerbated where, those 4 months is now a matter of months. Let's look at everybody is really, harking on the Yeti tumbler. That has gone from, Yeti is going, doesn't want to support our industry. They don't want to deal with us. And now there are multiple suppliers who have this product, and the price is just going to drop. So I think the pitfalls are profitability. If you are doing the Me Too, I guarantee you, no matter what your price is, there will be somebody cheaper, and there will be somebody with more inventory than you. So if you are always in that mentality, I think it's better to be a brand leader. We're pushing inside our organization product quality, and unique aspects that fit branding. We're not looking to be that me too. So if we can come out with a higher quality vacuum tumbler, then we don't have to worry about, competing on that bottom of the barrel single wall straw cup.
Right.
And that's, a lot of companies with the straw cup example got stuck with a ton of inventory that, that fad, you have no clue how long that fad's going to last. And once the market gets saturated, that fad just dies instantly. So, when the Yeti thing's rocking right now, and some people are going to make a lot of money on it if they have the inventory, and they're going to generate a lot of sales. They won't make a lot of money on it; they'll generate a lot of sales. And I guess if that's your purpose in life, then then you're good with it. But when that Yeti phase ends, who's going to be stuck with all those cups? And if the entire world is oversaturated with a odd shaping cup with a lid that serves little purpose, then good luck.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Seth Godin quotes as he says, "The problem with the race to the bottom is you might win."
Exactly. Yeah, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, all right, we're going to sell a ton of these, and next thing you know, you're looking around and nobody's making any money at it.
Yeah, which is the ultimate goal, right?
Right.
Well, you were recently announced as a chef to Promo Kitchen. Congratulations.
Thanks.
For those who don't know, Promo Kitchen is a nonprofit in our industry that supports education and mentorship, trying to make the promotional product industry a better place. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what do you hope to work on through Promo Kitchen to make the promo world better?
To make the promo world better, that's a big goal, right? So
I have a lot of faith in you.
Yeah, well, one thing that I think I bring to it is Promo Kitchen. Brian and I were having this conversations we were driving today. Is what is Promo Kitchen? And I think Promo Kitchen it's tough for them to reach the millennial generation. I think that I will be the first true millennial chef that's come on board, and we have a unique set of buying habits and just technology preferences. And, with my strong technology background, I think that's something I can really help bring to the Promo Kitchen side of it is, how can we harness technology? How can we use a website? How can we, maybe create a better online presence, or just, enhance the online presence to reach the millennial population? I mean, Promo Kitchen does an excellent job getting their message out through social media. There was an article out that Promo Kitchen actually posted this morning that people 26 and under have more followers on Instagram than they do Twitter. So there's a huge demographic where, right now the corporate business world's like, oh, we must be on Facebook and Twitter, but where everybody else has switched into they're on Instagram, they're on Snapchat. Like, I'm a big Reddit fan, and if I go to most of the industry, people are like, what the hell's Reddit? But I mean, there's these sub communities out there that really promote just the autonomy of these communities. And I think Promo Kitchen has a great following of people who want to be associated with something cool. And I think if we can really continue that, I think like right now Promo Kitchen is crushing the generation right above the millennials. And I think if we can really, everybody loves in this industry talking about millennials. So if we can, everybody talks down to them like there's some like tumor that's infecting the world, right? So if we can help bring that the Promo Kitchen message within the millennials, I think it'll benefit the industry and the Promo Kitchen organization, because a lot of people will have great advice to give from the younger side, and they're looking for somebody in the industry to mentor. I know that I came through the mentor program, and it's a great thing. Pair somebody up with somebody either older, younger. I mean, I've been a mentor myself to somebody older than me. It doesn't just have to be an age gap one way or the other. So it's a great cause. I know Promo Kitchen is going to start doing more speeches, more on the road type education sessions. I was up in Canada last month. The one that Danny and Mark did together was excellent, well received. So I think just more of that is just going to really hammer home it'll benefit the industry by just education and mentorship.
Cool, man. Well, you've answered my question, and and you just seem so excited to ask me the question.
No, I feel nervous. It's a tough question.
Okay, all right. So everybody gets to ask me one. So what's your question for me?
All right. So back to my millennial thing. So right now, I would say everything except for perishable items I purchase online, mostly via Amazon.
Okay.
So there are large e-commerce forces that my generation is pretty much, I'm not going to say only going to adapt, but that is the way they've grown up. And that's so how does a small to medium-sized distributor such as yourself compete in a future e-commerce market? I'm not saying that the entire market is going to be e-commerce, because the entire Paul Bellantone put out that article that was from People, or I think it was Inc. Said 1 million B2B salespeople will be replaced out of their jobs by the year 2020 by e-commerce. So, how does a company like you compete in that environment?
It's a great question, and I think you'll appreciate this. So I was working on helping with my daughter in a college class analyze the strengths and weaknesses of Hasseman Marketing. And I said one of the things that we are weak in is our e-commerce presence. I actually said to her, I said, we need to get better on e-commerce because that's how you will purchase what we sell in the future. So how do we compete? I think what we have tried to do from a company standpoint is we tried to not compete on the Me Too stuff, right? We because we have a video production side, because we have a graphic design side, because we do social media management and that sort of thing, we take a much more agency approach to doing what we do. We put together campaigns, not just keychain orders. Okay, nothing wrong with those, but that's just not what we're trying to focus on. So I think that's one way. The other piece is, frankly, that's a piece that I would like to see us get better at, is e-commerce, and we're experimenting at this point in time on e-commerce solutions that are simple, that are kind of bottom line based. I think, and you guys are doing it a little bit too, where all of the additional charges. That's not something that, and I think we get very desensitized to it in our industry. Yeah. Oh, it's just a run charge. It's just a setup charge.
Just
it's just a shipping
cents,
charge.
It's okay.
The end buyer, I think, feels like that's a bait and switch to a degree, and so that's one of the pieces where I think that from our company, and I think companies like mine will start getting better at doing the e-commerce side, and I think that is something for sure that's on my radar, but I haven't solved that puzzle yet. But it is absolutely, you're right, that it needs to be solved. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
All right, man. Well, cool. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you doing this.
Good.
And that's going to wrap up another edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching, but wait, can you do me a favor? Please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done it already, the way to do it's right over here. And hey, if you want to watch the last episode, check that out over here. Again, before you leave, subscribe.